All right, folks. Greg Poole here with Bowjunky Media. We're at the 2017 OPA tournament. This is the second annual event. This weekend's coverage is brought to you by Carbon Express Arrows, joined by esteemed colleague and friend Darren Christianberry. Here we go, Darren. It's time for the senior experts.
I'm curious to see how this all plays out. Little wind, little rain. It should be good.
Absolutely. So we got Keith Trail coming in with a lead at 4:39. We got Dwayne Price at a 4:34. Tony Taza at a 4:32. Benton Christensen at a 4:30 and Mike Jablonski at a 4:30. So gonna be pretty interesting here. We got targets stretched out there. We got the moose out there at about 80. So gonna be interesting here. Keith Trail was a force there for a lot of years. Kind of been laying low on the scene. Now that is a senior, he says he's going to be back shooting the full tour.
And I know he said he put a lot of time into this setup to make sure it was right, and it looks like he got it right. He's leading.
There we go. All right, here we go. Keith Trail on the bear with a 12.
Oh, it's a great
Starting
start.
right off with it. And with the lead, that's just what you do right there. That is a 14-able target,
Yep.
but with a 5-point lead, there's really no reason to.
I asked Keith what he was going to do. He said he was going to stick to his game plan.
There you go. And a 10 for Dwayne Price on the bedded deer. I'll tell you what, that bedded deer at that distance, that's a dangerous target. You have a little bobble low, and guess what?
Yeah. There's not much room for error on some of these targets.
No, you're in the grass. All right, here we go. All the way down on the Tony Taz on the and 8 on the moose. And that moose is out there at about 80 yards.
It's a bomb. You can see those flags blowing, so it's not easy to hit that little. It's a pretty good sized dot, but at 80 yards, it's not.
Exactly, and some of these guys actually chose to shoot a little bit larger arrows than you would normally shoot. They kind of split the difference between, outdoors and a 12 for Benton Christensen, putting him at 442. So a lot of these guys actually split the difference. Went a little bit bigger than a feed arrow, smaller than the normal 3D arrow.
We talked about that a lot yesterday, how guys chose their arrows for this tournament.
And a 10 for Mike Jablonski. So no real big moves there. Keith Trail holding serve, heading into arrow number 2. All right, here we go, Darren. Arrow number 2 and the senior expert here at the OPA. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Carbon Express. Keith Trail holding serve at a 451. Dwayne Price is going to need to shoot some bonus rings here to make up some ground, because I just don't see Keith making a big mistake.
No, and Keith's got a solid shot, it looks like there, and they're going to have to be aggressive if they want to win. If they're trying to hold on to a podium finish, they may play a little more safe, but they're going to have to go for it if they want to win.
Absolutely, and Keith, like we were saying earlier, Keith's been in the shooting offs and pretty much everywhere as a pro, and so now that he's in the senior, he's not just senior by age, but he's senior by experience.
Oh,
and so
no doubt.
He's not gonna overly nerve up here.
No, he's been playing archery a long time, so he'll put on a good show.
All right, here we go. Benton Christensen on the black bear with a 10. All right, Tony Taza on the white goat with a 10. Not sure what we got there. Those were a couple of dead center 10s.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't really know what to think about that.
Yeah,
Dan.
I'm not sure.
What do you make of that?
I really don't know. They know the distance. They've got the cuts.
And a 10, another center 10.
That one I understand. It's 80 yards.
That's Dwayne Price. Here we're heading to our leader, Keith Trail on the bedded with a 12. So Keith's not scared.
No, definitely
all.
not. He's helping himself by hitting those rings
Absolutely, he is. Absolutely.
These guys are going to have to really press the issue to catch him now.
There's no doubt about it. And that senior division is going to keep getting more and more competitive. And a 10 for Mike Jablonski. So Keith Trail opening up his lead here at the OPA, heading into arrow number 3. All right, here we go. Arrow number 3, Darren, here in the senior experts. We got Tony Taza's called thrown down the 14 here on the black bear. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. Looks like once again Keith Trail opened up a little bit more of a lead there. Now up to a 9-point lead. And so got some guys chasing him there. Dwayne Price is going to have to start shooting for it if he wants to make up that ground. But, Dwayne historically, he generally plays it kind of safe until he has to.
Yeah, they're
And a 12 on the bear for Benton Christensen.
only 5 targets. They only have a limited amount of time to make their move, so they're going to have to go soon.
It looks like straight above the 12 on the bedded buck for Mike. And only one really in question is going to be the 14.
So we got 10 for Mike Jablonski on the bedded deer.
I believe it's going to be just.
And here we go, headed to our leader, Keith Trail on the long moose with a 10, which on that moose, there's just...
That's good.
Unless you have to,
Yeah.
just play it safe. Maybe aim top of the 12
Sure.
and hope it falls in.
Or give it a
not.
yard or two and bury in it or something.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Dwayne Price on the white goat with a 12.
That'll help
And
Dwayne.
that's what Dwayne needs to start doing. Dwayne actually gave a little fist pump right there. You don't see that a whole lot
No,
from Dwayne,
no.
but Dwayne's a very smart shooter, and here we go with Tony Taza going for the 14, and he gets an 8. So Dwayne Price finally making a move there. So heading into our 4th arrow, we have Keith Trail at a 473 and Dwayne Price with a 466. And then Benton Christensen made a move up to 464. Mike Jablonski at a 460, and then Tony Taza at a 458. All right, here we go, Darren. This is arrow number 4 and the senior expert here at the 2017 OPA, joined by Darren Christianberry. Keith Trail is just kind of doing what he needs to do to keep rolling right along here.
Said he would stick to his game plan. So far he has.
Absolutely. Dwayne Price making a move, putting himself within 7 of the lead. Benton Christensen has been shooting pretty steady within 2 points of Dwayne, and anybody that's been watching Dwayne for several years knows that Dwayne will protect the check.
Yeah, no doubt. He does this for a living now, so it makes good sense.
Absolutely, and for those out there that might not understand, protecting a check is just that. That is, when you're in position, don't do something stupid to lose out on a check. Now, it's okay for someone like Levi Morgan or one of those guys who are there a lot.
Yes.
They can go first or last, but for some of these other guys, you just make sure you cash that check. And Dwayne's very smart about that. So here we go, Dwayne Price on the black
looking
bear.
hard.
They're taking a good look at it. 10 for Dwayne Price. Dwayne pulls the hand on the hip tea kettle and turns around. Not super stoked
close.
with that. Yep. So here we go. Keith Trail on the white ram with a center 10. Keith staring that one down like it did something to him.
He's not sure why it hit 2 inches over the 12.
Exactly. Yeah, he looks a little bit befunked over there. So here we go. On the moose, Mike Jablonski with an 8. Don't really see anybody gunning for that 14 on the moose. I thought with some of these guys on the lower end there, I thought they might be gunning for that.
Mike shot at it right there. He was just a couple inches off of it, just low.
All right, here we go. And a 10 for Benton Christensen on the bedded deer.
I know if I was shooting again, they definitely wouldn't have them cars parked back there.
Okay, we have the 14.
All right, here we go. Tony Taza on the standing bear with a 14.
He's got it.
Tony Taza making a move, shooting a 14 on the standing bear. That's pretty much what Tony needed to do to get back up in the mix. So heading into our 5th and final arrow, Keith Trail still with a commanding lead. right, here we go, Darren. This is our 5th and final arrow in the senior expert here at the OPA. Keith Trail with a commanding 7-point lead, shooting one of the closest targets on this in this shoot down, the bear down there. Very easy target for him to end on. Really doesn't need to do anything spectacular here. There's mathematically, even if Dwayne hits a 14, he still can't really catch him. So just center 10 here wins it for Keith. So
Keith's heart rate shouldn't even go up 1 beat right now. I wouldn't think he's gonna do some work here and win this tournament. It looks like.
Absolutely. So here we go. We got Dwayne Price at full draw quickly on the other end. I think can't really see if Dwayne Price with the letdown. Keith Trail, Mike Jablonski.
Mike called for a 14, I believe. He's about wore his 14 card out.
Looks like Mike Jablonski shoots at the 14. Dwayne Price coming to full draw once again. Benton Christensen still at full draw. Benton's a pretty patient shooter, no doubt about it. And Dwayne Price lets her roll. All right, here we go. This could be it right here, Darren. All right, here we go. Dwayne Price with a 12.
Making a move to 488.
All right, so Dwayne Price with the 488. So here we go. Tony Taza on the bedded deer with a 10. Expected Tony to be a little bit more aggressive out.
He shot at 2 14s, but unfortunately, he did get one. I think he got the 14 on standing bear, but he missed a walking black bear.
Yep. All right, here we go. With an 8 for Benton Christensen. Benton was pretty disappointed there. Let his binoculars fall a little bit quick there. He was a little bit disappointed in that. Yes, he did.
He's going to need that too.
He is absolutely.
That may be decided on bonus rings.
That's a fact. So here we go. This is Mike Jablonski on the white ram with an 8. Just missed that 14 low.
Yes.
So here we go. Keith Trail with a 10. All right, Darren, that puts Keith at a 493. 5 points ahead of Dwayne Price, heading into our 6th and final arrow in the senior expert. All right, Darren, here we go. 6th and final arrow in the senior expert here at the OPA. This weekend's coverage brought to you by Carbon Express Arrows. Keith Trail with a 5-point lead. He's at a 493. Dwayne Price at a 488. And then we have Tony Taza and Benton at 482s. And Mike Jablonski at 476.
Yeah,
They have moved this up to the Black Bear at about 40 yards. Looks like Dwayne Price had thrown down his 14 card. So let's wait for the guys to get out there and take a gander.
He has second wrapped up. He had nothing to lose but shoot at that pink ring.
And an 8 for Dwayne Price.
With the weather, it's probably
Little interesting thing here, Darren. The entire weekend, guys have been shooting off the little wooden platforms in the shoot down so far. They shut off the wooden platforms there. This is the first shot this weekend off of grass or dirt.
Right, yeah, just plain dirt. Shouldn't affect him too bad. It's not too much of a slant, but
Yeah, just a little bit. It was just interesting there. So here comes Keith Trail, your leader heading into the last arrow.
He needs a 4 to win.
Right.
And there it is.
And there it is.
Keith Trail is your senior men's expert champion.
All right, I'm here with your 2017 senior expert champion and his esteemed coach, granddaughter. All right, Keith, we talked about the other day, you've kind of been laying low in the cut there for a minute. Now you're back into the senior division. How does it feel to come out and get this win?
It's awesome. It's good. You work so hard, and then everything just comes together. And I mean, you had to fight the elements today, and I made great shots. It's great, man. I'm glad.
All right, so
Lost for words, I guess.
all of that, all the work that you've put in over the years, many years, to stay competitive, working through the back injuries, everything that you've been through. At any point in this little hiatus that I would say that you've been on, did you ever doubt coming back, or did you know at some point that you were going to get back into the mix?
No, I mean, I had the confidence to come back. I mean, like I had told you yesterday, you know, when you get to a certain point and the younger guys are coming up, and all you can do is just try and hang on and just keep pushing on the best that you can. But, you know, I mean, I've worked really hard for this tournament to make sure that my setup was right. I mean, TOG, Scott, CBE, Gold Tip, man, you know, I can't say enough for the equipment that I'm shooting. You know, the biggest thing is when you could come out here and be so confident on aiming for a 12, aiming for a 14, and it didn't matter what the wind was doing or anything like that. I mean, it took all of the elements out of it for me. All I had to do is just make the shot. You know, the equipment was going there, so.
All right, and so what does it mean to have your granddaughter here for this?
It's good.
All right, bud. Congratulations.
Thanks.